Hello everyone, I am muted, or I was muted. I hope it's okay now. I hope you guys are all doing well. It is my first day here in New York at modeling camp, so I am on the road. Oh, there's some heavy delay. Wait, what? Wait, what's delayed? Sorry. Is there a delay? I'm so confused. Um... Hopefully everything is fine. Hopefully you guys are able to see and hear me. There should be no delay. There might be a little bit of loud audio. Thank you so much, Beesworth, for the 200 bits. I really appreciate that. Thank you. There's a little bit of audio desync. Maybe that was just because my camera was literally getting started. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. I'm currently, well, like I said, I am in New York. I am at my modeling camp, and it looks like the Wi-Fi is actually really solid here. One of the ladies from a previous iteration of the camp actually came by and dropped us flowers, so it's really, really cute. But yeah, still less scuffed audio than at home. I can add the property thing. There was some way to do it. I don't remember exactly how. Hey Badawan, thank you so much for the 37th month. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, it was super duper fun. It was super cool. I love that someone literally said, "Nemo, you're so skinny." When that's kind of the point, sir. That's kind of the point. I am very much going for that high fashion look, but this was my first fit for today. Tonight's was cocktail, or I guess like cocktail dress. So I felt like this was cocktail. But yeah, and then I also have like super cool shoes on, stuff like that, which I'm not gonna show on stream for obvious reasons. But indeed, the skinny part is actually kind of intentional, as long as it's like a good type of skinny, you know? It's the still I eat plenty, basically, is what I'm trying to say. No eating disorders as of right now. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that staying the case. But yeah, once again, everybody has their own body types. Everybody has their own, appearance. It's really the only person that should have any right to comment on your body or your weight is you and the person you give all of that information to. So, yeah. Thanks, Polyron. Appreciate it. But that being said, models also come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. It's not a one size fits all kind of thing. But yeah, I am very, 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 very happy to be here. And that's true. The only other person I'm really trying to appease to here are the agents. So, but I also think it's just really important to remind people that like everyone is kind of shaped different, and regardless of whether or not, you're skinny, or maybe you're a little bigger, or maybe you have, a larger shoulders, or you have larger back, whatever it is, your body is your choice. I do always advise people to be healthy. Absolutely. Healthy is important. But beyond that, like, fucking don't let anyone tell you what you should look like, or what you should eat, or or you're too skinny, or you're too big, or so yeah. Anyways, that's kind of my whole point. I think once again, the only person that ever should feel like they have the right to talk about their body is, you know, one, their doctor, given that they have all the information, or B, yourself. Yeah, you're all beautiful the way you are. Exactly. Some maybe more than others, but that's okay. But literally, just being healthy is super, super, super important. So, yeah. That's not how this works, Tagbon. Literally, the first thing that Coco told us today. So Coco is a supermodel, kind of like how there are super grandmasters in chess. There are also supermodels, basically. who earned the title of like being an insanely good model. And Coco, one of the first things she told us today was like, what you think is your best trait might not actually be what other people think is your best trait. Other people might not think you are pretty because of X or so that's kind of my whole point. Like you don't need to feel like you are not attractive or let other people like worry about that. And if they don't, then who cares? So it's just not anyone's like business. If you're not trying to get hired for your looks, if you're not trying to specifically go into modeling, then like, bro, why are you even commenting? But yeah. So model camp is an camp, kind of as the name suggests. It's basically like a half-week class on how to model. So basically, I actually have the exact what we're doing here, which is actually really cool. But for example, today we were talking about like how to build your portfolio. I haven't been in any class for a really long time. Okay, I guess I take poker lessons, but not really like a class. There's a couple of other girls here and a couple guys here too. So it's really, really cool. And then tomorrow we're doing pose class as the first thing for 3.5 hours. Jeez. And then we have runway class tomorrow as well. And then we also do like discussions. And then there's also we eat dinner together, which is also really fun. Yeah, literally, Tagbon has literally linked it. It's literally just that. It's right there. If you're curious about what we do at class, in camp, you're welcome to check that out. But it's super fun, and I'm going to be posting a lot of content about it on my Instagram, on my or the lifestyle one. So it's a little bit like we're going back to school, kind of. Yeah, we did 2 truths and 1 lie for our icebreaker today, basically. So I asked I said I lived in Finland for 12 years. I speak fluent Swedish, and I'm a professional chess player as my 2 truths and 1 lie. So I'll let you guys figure out which one is the truth. Sorry, which 2 are the truth and which one's the lie. So yeah. They don't do that at all. Like we literally had Chinese takeout as the menu option and there was Coke. I think that's a really big misconception currently that models have to eat super, super light and you're not allowed to have this and you're not allowed to have that and you're not allowed to do this and everyone throws up. That's not how this works at all. Models don't have to throw up. That's having an eating disorder is not healthy. And I really, really, really fucking hope that nobody has or develops an eating disorder. I know it's not necessarily something you're in control, but once again, that is very much not what this camp is about. And like I have described many, many times, it seems like a lot of people think that modeling is specifically you have to be 5'10" and weigh 50 kilograms at 5'10" and only be eating lettuce. That's not how that works. Some models might throw up, some other models might not throw up. It's just like with super grandmasters, right? Some super grandmasters might be spending 8 hours a day on their chess. Some super grandmasters like Magnus Carlsen might be too busy having a baby. Like, it's to each their own. And once again, I would always advise people, whatever it is they're doing in life, not necessarily modeling or playing chess, but to be healthy. Being healthy is the most important thing. Yes, Magnus Carlsen is currently having a child. You think bro's bothered with studying 32 moves deep theory in the Philidor right now? Probably not. No, bro's a little busy. So that's kind of my whole point. Yeah, he's going to become a dad. So yes, it's true, he's not doing most of the work, but you know, given what I have seen with Magnus and Ella, they seem like they're a very functional couple, and I'm sure he does plenty of the outside stuff. So yeah, like I said, Magnus is not pregnant, guys. His wife is pregnant. Oh my god. Okay, well, anyways, but I was just making the point that It is 2025. Thankfully, the industry has moved in a much healthier direction. And there's a lot of different types of models out there. Sure, you might specifically be looking at the 5'10" super skinny. That just tells us what kind of man you are. But all the models that you see that are not 5'10", 50-kilogram girls, you know, you see black guys on on fashion magazine. You see bigger girls on fashion magazines. You see them in ads. You see them on TV. Those are also all models. Modeling is not just an, oh, you have to look like, you know, specifically uh Elsa Hosk. I don't know even I don't even know if you guys know her, but Elsa Hosk is one of my favorite models, or like Taylor Hill or Kendall Jenner. No, there's a lot of different types of bodies, and there's a lot of different type of people out there. You see a much wider like mix of body types and ethnicities, and you know, like everything, literally everything. So, yeah, Magnus does have a wife. They got married like back in March, maybe Feb. I don't even remember now. So yeah, basically. But no, not all models grow up intentionally. Unfortunately, I'm sure some do, which I really hope that once again, body image issues and all this stuff can, like, it's really, really, really difficult. Like, a lot of people have body image issues. I get it. I've been there. Shit happens. Um, it's really important to nourish yourself though. With a healthy mind comes a healthier body. So yeah. There are even hand models. So, well, I think everyone's definition of perfection, it's like also different, right? Like my idea of the perfect woman, if I were to date a girl, and let's say I was only going for her based on her looks, would likely be very different from what your idea of the perfect woman if you were going for just purely appearance. I'm not saying that going for only appearance is good or anything. I'm just saying if the two of us were to compare what our ideal woman would look like in life, it would probably look very, very different. And that's okay. And that's life. And that's just something that we all as human beings we're different. Otherwise, everybody will look exactly the fucking same. And everybody would eat the exact same food and everybody would do the exact same thing. That's boring. That's so boring. So yeah. It's very, very, very natural to have different tastes in what you look like, what you look for in people. And I think once again, normalized models not being thick thin. Also, there's a little bit of lag on the camera. Let me know if it like audio lags enough or any something like that, and if I need to change it. But I don't think the stream itself is lagging. I think it's just the video. The video lags a little bit. Okay, good. As long as there's no audio lag. The camera will be a little scuffed. I actually did not bring the other camera. Thanks, down. I appreciate that. Thank you. For example, my type is your mom. Ah, hell yeah. Okay, yeah, just the camera quality sometimes might go a little in or out. But this was my best bet using my phone camera. Usually it works really okay, but sometimes obviously we might have a little issue. It looks like it's mostly when I move around a ton. So if I move a bunch, then there's issue. But if I don't move too much, it looks like it's going to be okay. So I'll just have to try to not move too much. But yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about the modeling industry and about people who are in model. But like I said, we literally had Chinese takeout. That's probably not something that a lot of people would be like, oh, models eat that. Of course. People eat a lot of stuff. Coco literally told us about this one time when, yeah, like, it's just, things happen. It's cool. So, okay. We're gonna play a little bit of Bullet, is the idea for today. Yeah, I'm super, super excited. We had very generic Chinese food. It was calling it Chinese food might be a bit of a stretch. It was just like basic stir fry and like kung pao chicken. It's not anything that's like definitely not Hong Kong Chinese food. That's what I'm gonna say. But it was totally fine. It was totally fine. It's like the type of Chinese food that you sometimes have when you just want some comfort food, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And it's super cool. So, a model camp basically teaches you how to build everything that you require to be a model. So for example, you need to have a portfolio. And I actually made a website for my portfolio. So one of the things we did today was kind of go over like what needs to be removed from that, what type of pictures should you actually print out to put in a physical book, because they like it when you bring a physical book to agencies. Tomorrow we're doing pose class, and then we're gonna do runway classes, and then we're gonna do expectations discussions, and yeah, there's just a lot of different stuff that we're doing. So I mean, that can definitely be true, fake, but I think that just applies to a lot of stuff, right? Like, if you say, I want to become a chess content creator, and you start streaming chess, unfortunately, I've literally seen this happen to chess content creators. And then people in the comments are like, oh, you're 700. Why are you even creating chess content? That's just so sad. That's just so sad. Like, bro isn't saying that he wants to become, you know, like the next super grandmaster. Bro is saying that he wants to be a chess content creator. So I just think that there's a lot of like issues with those type of comments in general, and it doesn't necessarily, like, obviously, don't get me wrong. I think beauty and like the way you look probably gets the brunt of it, just because of the fact that, hey, you're, you know, like this is the thing that you can see on everybody's face. You don't know if this like you wouldn't know if this random chess content creator was going to become a chess, like, you don't have any idea, right? It's just so easy for people to comment on appearance because it's the first thing you see. So my advice would once again just be to not think too much about it. I literally made a comment about this today, earlier, on like I made a post about it on Instagram, where it's like, yeah, people are gonna say whatever, you just can't listen to them. If you want to capitalize on appearance as part of your job, then you have to think of yourself as a business, is what I learned. So yeah, like, oh, for sure. But there's negative comments about everything. There's just negativity in the world. Don't be one of those negativity spreaders. Don't be a gatekeeper. Let everybody enjoy their goddamn chess, man. If you only want to watch the best chess player in the world create chess content, then just watch Magnus Carlsen. Go for it. You know? I'm not stopping you. Just don't go up to lower rated chess content creators and be like, you shouldn't be a chess content creator just because you're not Magnus Carlsen. Like, bro, let people live. Let live and live. So yeah. That too, it's also about networking. There's a lot of stuff, I mean. There's a lot of stuff in everything. But once again, all these conversations seem like they apply to basically every other career too. It's not necessarily... I'm gonna turn the browser sound a little lower so you guys can hear me, I guess. No, I'm not Magnus, yeah. Yeah. Levy creates more Magnus content than Magnus Carlsen does, it's true. There's a lot to learn in modeling, for sure, which is why I wanted to take this camp. Which is why I wanted to take classes, because it's something I really wanted to learn more about. So. I am modeling now, but I'm really excited. I'm just excited. Nothing to be nervous about. Everyone's really nice. Coco's really nice. So far, today has been extremely smooth. I mean, I had my flight delayed in the morning, and I was really annoyed. But, I ended up making it in time anyways. So, no harm. Oh, you can definitely be motivated by the haters, too. There's definitely people who do things out of spite. I used to be one of them. I sometimes still am. For sure. So, nothing wrong with doing things out of spite. The pictures, probably will see them on my portfolio site. Yes, I actually got some very, very, very good feedback on how to build my portfolio a little bit better. So, a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to live life for yourself and you're going to listen to everybody who tells you you can't do it or you shouldn't be doing that thing, then why are you even alive, you know? Like, you have to take life for yourself. It's your life. I was super spite-driven as a kid. I'm less spite-driven now. There's a lot about posing. I wouldn't say I'm not confident, but I would definitely say there's posture classes just for regular people. Just think about it. If there's posture classes for your average Joe that will help you correct, let's say, your back problems, right? Then of course there's going to be modeling classes for people who are trying to professionally model so that they can have the best posture possible or the best poses possible when they go into a studio where they work. I think that is all very, very, very... Yeah, that's super a thing. If you have bad posture, you can fix it. It's kind of like, you can fix a lot of different stuff. So, how much can they charge you for that? I have no idea what you would charge for posture classes. It's a bit like, I'm specifically thinking about like, what is it called? Being a chiropractor? Like, there's people that literally will help you fix your posture. So, yeah, they they also just have classes at agencies and stuff, which is cool. So, you don't know what you don't know exactly. I have no idea what they would charge you for like, just fixing your back. But I don't think chiro, whatever you call it, is that expensive. I could be wrong though. I don't really know. I'm very lucky that I have not experienced back problems yet. So, it's not necessarily even if it's lucrative or anything. It's just, why would you not want to be better at your job? No, I'm seriously asking. Genuinely asking, why would you not want to learn how to do something better for your job? Right? Like, if I wanted to become a poker player, I would play a lot more poker and study a lot more poker. So, yeah. Okay, well, that's fair, Uncultured. That's fair. You know what? Sure. But that's kind of my whole point. I don't even know what there's not, like, I don't know. People go to classes for weirder things. People go to, like, pottery class. Okay, look. Nothing against the pottery people. I freaking love pottery. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorite content creators is Garbo. She is, she was, like, a full-time pottery clay making content creator, and anyway, she is awesome and I love her, and I started following her initially for her pottery making. So yeah, I would 100% go to a pottery making class. But like I said, it doesn't even necessarily have to be something that you're pursuing seriously as a career. It can also just be something you're interested in. People take chess lessons all the time, right? Like, you know, good for you if you take chess lessons. I'm taking modeling lessons. Well, pottery definitely is therapeutic, yes. I mean, it's hard to get mad when you're messing around with just random clay. So yeah. And some people join nonprofits and spend a lot of time helping out charities, or it's just a lot of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be playing poker later, Claw. Absolutely. Sure. You'd be surprised. I mean, okay, with that logic, Xavier, nobody needs to do anything in life. Like, okay, then just don't go to school. Don't bother learning math. Don't bother learning English. Return to being a monkey and just go hunt rabbits or something. Like, once again, I just don't think it's that much about a need. Like, I don't feel like I particularly need it, but I think it would be very beneficial, you know? I'm not saying this because, like, it's just, there's a lot of options in life. You can do what you would like. It doesn't need to be because you need to do anything. Technically, you don't need to learn math. Right? Like, let's be real here. How many of us actually ever use math in our life? Outside of, like, I don't know, counting, like, figuring out the time or something. No, but really. That's kind of my whole point. Doing math intuitively? I don't know if you can do math intuitively. If you had nobody explain to you what 2 + 2 means, and had nobody explain to you what the concept of numbers is, are you really going to understand math? I don't really think so. I mean, some people for sure, but if we, like I said, you don't technically need to have math in your life. We don't need exactly to know that -2 times -2 is +4. Right, exactly. Like, learning math in school is more to develop your brain than really learning math, which I think is actually, I think it's really, really important. Don't get me wrong. I think it's super duper important. Absolutely. But you don't technically need it, right? It's also like, you don't need to learn a language. You can probably more or less survive if you just lived in the forest and hunted your own food and killed your own animals. And technically, sure, but it's just like, let people live, bro. People want to learn English, let them learn English. People want to learn math, let them learn math. So, yeah, I don't necessarily understand why this is like why there's a need to or anything in this conversation. This is PTSD. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of different things you can do in life. I do agree, though, that it's very difficult to find the crossover between, like, your passion and something that is actually financially feasible, I should say. But somebody also asked if I would ever quit chess. I don't think I would ever quit chess completely. I think it would be very difficult to. Literally, like I said, my 2 truths and 1 lie today was, I keep forgetting what I said. I said I lived in Finland for 12 years, I speak Swedish fluently, and I've played competitive professional chess for 22 years. Everyone thought that the playing chess for 22 years part was the lie, but I actually started at 3. I played my first tournament at 3, and I won my first national championships at 5, so that was actually very much true. I do not speak Swedish fluently, though. I actually literally can speak, like, I can say 1 sentence in Swedish. But being really good at something also doesn't mean that you have to do it. In case anybody was wondering. I don't know if chess developed my memory, if I always had good memory. I just remember random shit from when I was 3. For literally no reason. Literally today, we were talking about modeling portfolios and modeling, like, it's a literal physical book thing that you open. And I was thinking back to when I was 6 years old. Or maybe, no, I had to be younger than that. I was probably 4. And I was going to kindergarten in France because my, well, parents needed to drop me off at daycare so they could go to work. So I was at daycare in France when I was maybe 4. And I remember very clearly I had this, like, huge book that they would give to you every day during art, like whatever art period was for kindergartners, which is basically the whole day. And you just put everything in that book. It was like a mix of paper cutouts, it was like random scribbles, it was like these pieced together, and I have such vivid memories of it. And I actually, like, I think I know where it is in my parents' basement. Like, I don't know if we've thrown it out, we probably haven't. And I was literally thinking, like, oh my gosh, this is such a vivid memory. I just have such strong vivid memories of the most random things in my life that get prompted when something possibly related comes up. It's really annoying sometimes. Yeah, I have a very strong memories from when I was 3 or 4. I very, very, very clearly remember the first day I learned chess. I clearly remember the first time I beat my dad. I clearly remember the first time I lost to my dad. I clearly remember this glass chessboard that I had to leave behind in France because we didn't want to move it, and I donated it to my kindergarten. I remember all this stuff. So, yeah. But not every memory can be a core memory. I just have a bunch of random memories. You got a 10-minute time out at kindergarten? Crazy. So, yeah, it's very true. Fake, it's very true. I would say they're mostly negative memories, which is why I remember them. I think, yeah, they're just all... Oh no, did we F? Wait, what? Did it F? Why did it F? Why did it restart? That's so strange. It shows perfect on my end. It shows 0.7. It just like stopped in the middle. Okay, that's so weird. Let me see. Just cut out abruptly. I have disconnect protection on. And it doesn't say anything on my stream side for saying it dropped. So, yeah, the video is just gonna glitch occasionally because we're in like a hotel. But hopefully it's going to be okay now. It looks super clear, at least on my end. Alright, maybe tomorrow we'll just... I think tomorrow we'll try a different stream setup. But it's okay. Tomorrow we'll try a different stream setup. Sorry about that. Might need to refresh. You can hear the audio. And you are able to see it. I mean, if you're able to hear me, but you don't see me. Really strange. Also, I saw Joffrey resub. Thank you so much for the 44 months. I appreciate that. I don't see it. Joffrey resub. Thank you. I don't see any, like, a lot of the other stuff, but... It's maybe just a little scuffed. Thank you very much, Joffrey. Appreciate it tons. Thank you. Okay, tomorrow we'll just have to try a different stream thing. I have solutions to everything. I have this figured out. So, I don't think it's a hotel Wi-Fi issue because the Wi-Fi has been good. Okay, hopefully it'll just work. Alright, well anyways, I wanted to just play some Bullet. It's been a pretty good day. What better to do than ruin it with some Bullet as we tilt? No, I'm joking. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think it's working though. My internet is not the issue. I have... Let's see. My speed test was really good earlier. It's like... Okay, it's less good now. That must be because all the girls are also in there rooms and doing stuff. Earlier, it was like over 100 megabits per second. Yeah, let's do a prediction. Let's do a prediction. I'm down to do a prediction. We're starting out at 2351. Can we get to 2400 in an hour? Let's try that. Refresh if you can't see. If you can't see the stream, just refresh. And it should work. And if it doesn't, let me know. Is everything working now? If you were having troubles earlier, and it was lagging for you earlier, I would suggest maybe a refresh. If you can hear me but can't see me, I would suggest a refresh. That's so weird, Kevin. Then it was probably my restream service. So tomorrow we're not gonna have restream service. So yeah. Once again. But things look like they're good now. But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, come over to Twitch to chat. Yeah, I don't know. Really weird. Looks like it was a bit of a glitch. Alright, well anyways, we're gonna try to hit 2400 before 10:46. So, oh my gosh. We found someone with worse internet than me. Very excited about this. Thanks, Cannibal. I hope you had a good night playing poker the other night. Saw you were up pretty late. Hope it was fun. We'll play a little bit more later tonight. Hopefully my internet holds up. Wait, are you guys able to see the board? What's up? Man, Stream Elements is so delayed. What the hell? What is this? Do you guys see that Stream Elements message? Am I the only person seeing this Stream Elements message show up like... "50 minutes late after I've gone live"? No, I mean, I'm joking, but... You don't see this Stream Elements message? Weird. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, big sneezes. That's a bad move, but it's okay. I'm just trying to flag him. As I do. This flagging is the best. Yoink. Oh my god, I misclicked. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, what is he playing though? Oh.